Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. Today I'm using the Tarte Full Bloom eyeshadow palette. So if that sounds fun to you, I'd love for you to stick around. Getting into it now. But if you're new here, let me take a moment to say hi. I'm Michelle and I love to play with eyeshadow palettes, both new and older ones from my collection. So if that sounds fun to you, I would love for you to take a moment to subscribe to the channel, stick around, say hello down below so I can welcome you. And all that being said, let's go ahead and get into the video now. Let me show you the eyeshadow palette that I'm going to use today. I have not created a video with this palette yet on my channel, which is a little bit surprising to me. I don't know why I didn't, but I do really enjoy this Tarte Full Bloom eyeshadow palette. Here is what mine looks like. I have gotten some good use out of it, but definitely could use it more often. So I'm gonna play with this one today. But first, I'm going to put on my makeup of the day. Okay, so this is a huge eyeshadow palette, and I love having lots and lots of options like this. I do, though, wish that we had more. I'm sorry for the glaring lights, but I do wish that we had more than just one deepening shade in this palette. Anyhow, I'm going to start off with this. Let me not hold the brush at the same time because I've got too much going on, but all right, so I'm going to start off with this one right here in the crease. And it looks like I do use that one a lot. Honestly, though, there's not... Hold on, let me just blend out my eye base a little bit better. There's not a whole lot of crease mattes in this palette. You would think there would be, but really there's just like a lot of satins. A lot of satins. And anyways, I saw that the new large Tarte, what's it called? Tarte, I don't know, the 25th anniversary one. I saw that it does have more range. I saw that the new one does have more range in shades. And so I'm excited to see if I'll get, you know, a little bit more mattes to work with out of that one. I think it looked like there were. But believe it or not, this palette is just so beautiful. Like this one here, it's such a beautiful palette and it's so fun to use because you can just do all kinds of really soft, pretty wearable looks for work, for church, for your everyday life. I mean, they're just really pretty, and I really enjoy the Tarte Amazonian Clay formula. So I was really excited to see them releasing this new one, and I can't wait for it to arrive. I'm going to keep this eye look a little bit simple and pretty instead of like not knowing when to stop on an eye look. Okay, I'm going to now just take a little bit of, I feel like those are a little bit too similar. Let's try this bright pink up here. I think this is a matte. It looks like a matte from here, or is it a satin? I think it's a matte. Anyway, sure wish I could see as well as I used to. I'm going to just use this to blend out the top edge and kind of brighten up the top part of the crease. Ooh, that's pretty. Look at how that blended together and made such a beautiful shade. I really do love these Tarte palettes so much. For my wedding day, I wore the Tarte in Bloom. So when I saw this Full Bloom release, I had no hesitations. I bought it right away, just like same with this big giant one, except I had to wait for the big giant one to hit the rest of the market instead of just QVC. So it's not like I bought it right away the second it launched, but I bought it right away the second I saw it at the regular stores. So I'm so glad that I was able to do that. I will definitely be doing looks with that palette. And I'm going to try to actually make a concerted effort to get lots and lots of use out of that one, because I feel like I really didn't use this one quite enough. Okay, and maybe honestly, like you could leave the look like this. Let me do the lower lash line before I start doing a shimmer so I can decide what I want to do with that. Okay, I'm going to take this dark matte here for the lower lash line, and it's just this, like in the same row as that other matte was. So I started off with this one here. I'm going to deepen it up with that one. This is the one that I blended out the top edge with. I'm going to just put this here at the bottom on the outer edge of the lashes. Really, really love this palette. It's so pretty and soft and easy to work with. I love the Amazonian Clay eyeshadow formula from Tarte. It is so user-friendly. You can't make any mistakes. As I was saying, I used the like full bloom Tarte, the Tartelette, no, not Tartelette, this is the giant one. Was it a Tartelette? Yeah, the Tartelette full in bloom. The Tartelette in bloom I used on my wedding day, and back then I did not know anything about eyeshadow. I only did like all the rest of my makeup, and that's all the makeup that I had ever done was like the rest of my makeup. I never did eyeshadow. I would just put like one color all over my lid, if anything. And so yeah, back when this, I'm taking that same shade into the outer edge out here. So back when I got married, I did my own makeup for my wedding day, and I used the Tartelette in Bloom eyeshadow palette. And you know, I was not into doing eye looks back then. I did not know how to do them, but my eyes looked really, really beautiful on my wedding day, and they photographed lovely. And I honestly contributed to the Amazonian Clay formula because it's just like so user-friendly. Okay, I'm gonna use this really pretty pink sparkly one that's in the same row as the mattes that I was using to deepen it up. Oh, look at how pretty that is. It's like so soft and pretty without being too much. And I did leave the front part of the eye blank because I want to use a bit of a brighter color right there. But I'm going to use a brush so that I can be a little bit more detailed in where I put it. Okay, which one do I want to use? I think I'm going to try mixing this really pretty, let me hold the palette right. That's the one thing about this palette, it's really hard. It's got a beautiful mirror. I love the mirror in this palette, but it makes it hard to hold it and not blind you. Okay, so this one right here, I'm going to use that one on the inner part of the eyelid. I'm not spraying it or anything, just tapping off my brush a little bit, and oop, a little bit of fallout, but not a lot. Ooh, look at how pretty. So I'm gonna just blend that over into the pink. Okay, so there's a really, really pretty soft look right there. Okay, so I'm gonna now use this really pretty creamy matte right there for highlighting my brow bone. Just like that. And same shade for right here, the inner corner. Okay. Really, really easy look. You could leave it just like this. This is a perfect daytime wearable look, but if you know me, you know I want to deepen it up just a little bit. So I'm going to take the darkest shade here on a small blender from Singe, and I'm going to just a little bit. That was a little much. This brush was a little big for what I actually had in mind because it kind of did overpower the look a little bit, but I'm going to go back in now and blend it with that one first shade. Actually, this darkest one, I'm gonna put right over it. Oh, so, so pretty. There. Ooh, I love it. That's the look. That's the eyeshadow look with the Tartelette Full Bloom. Now I'm going to add the finishing touches, and then I'll get into some blush and highlighter and finish off the rest of my face. Okay, so for eyeliner today, oh, there it is. It's hidden underneath my bronzer. Okay, I'm going to just add a little bit of the Natasha Denona Macro Tech eyeliner in Burgundy. Love this shade whenever I've got a little bit of a rosy hue to the eye, because the brown one is just a little bit too warm brown and it can sometimes compete with the look. So I'm just using this liner on the edges of my lash line right here on the very outer edge, just to kind of like make that line sharp. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and bring it all the way down because it's pretty. Oh yeah, I didn't do anything on that front part of the lower lash line, did I? Let me get something for that. Okay, so I think on the front part of the lower lash line, I'm going to add this really pretty, I'm going to use this deeper golden actually. I was going to go with the pink, but I think I'm going to try to make it look a little bit like the top and do this darker golden. So I'm going to use this little shader from Spectrum. Yeah, this is the first time I've used this darker golden. I'm not really into golden shades. I have been opening my mind up to them a little bit, like in the last 6 months. And I think it's kind of funny that that should be the case, because then Natasha Denona ended up releasing a golden palette. And also, it took me a long time to order the gold palette because, again, I'm just not into golds. And the only reason that I did decide to order the gold one was because I saw how pretty those shifty shades were, and I was curious about the teals. But it turns out that that gold palette from Natasha Denona, the original one, I love the brown mattes in that palette so much. Anyway, so yeah, I've contemplated several times ordering the Natasha Denona Golden, but again, like, I have really beautiful golds in my collection already. I don't need a $70 golden palette that I already have the majority of the mattes in twice over in the larger pans from Natasha Denona. And like, the palette's only about a year old. So I'm having a really hard time justifying to myself ordering that Natasha Denona gold palette, but and so that's kind of like what has me stuck. Okay, this is that same burgundy pencil. I'm starting to get back into a little bit of like a soft smoky line, and so I'm really enjoying just rubbing like a liner over the edge of the lashes. Of course, you got to be real careful because a lot of liners will tug, stuff like that. Anyway, all right, I don't even know if that made a noticeable difference. You can let me know. Can you see it? I feel like I cannot see it. Okay, so I'm going to curl my lashes. Oh, and before anything else, I forgot. Let me just give it a quick soft blend, because I didn't like blend all of this just to make it all kind of go together. There we go. Yeah, now the shimmers look, you know, blended together instead of just pieced on next to each other. This is my Rephr lash curler. This is the best lash curler I've ever used in my entire life, and it's not that expensive. I really, really am glad they came out with that. Okay, I'm gonna use my Believe Beauty mascara. I really have been enjoying the effect of this mascara at either 2 coats or 3 coats. 3 coats if I'm trying to be a little like dramatic with the lashes. Not super dramatic, but dramatic for what this mascara does. That's what I mean. And because it builds up so nicely on itself, like it doesn't clump up. Look at that, that's 2 coats. Okay, so because it was able to build up so nicely, it made me curious to try a 3rd coat, and it ended up being a really good thing that I did. So I would really say that this is a really fantastic mascara formula. It's very flexible and gives you a lot of variety out of the kinds of results you can get out of just the one tube. And I don't feel like this brand gets enough hype. I'm not down with all of their products because some of their products are from like Korea and China, and like I'm not down with that, but they do have some products from Canada and Italy, and I love products from Italy. And look at how fluffy my lashes are now with that mascara. I just love the way that it looks for a really beautiful, natural, but highly voluminous look. Like they don't look spidery and cakey. It doesn't look like I'm wearing tons of mascara. It just looks like, yeah, I put on some mascara, but my lashes look padow and I love it. Okay, have I done everything now? I've got blush, bronzer, highlighter. I set my face, I did my concealer, I did my lipstick and my lip liner. Okay, so yeah. My hair is a hot mess. No, I have not brushed it. I just woke up a little bit ago, and literally this is how I woke up with my hair, because I didn't tie it last night to go to sleep since I had just washed it and it had just finished drying and was fluffy. But sleeping on it does flatten it enough to where it's not like massive. So here's the look of the day. Hold on. So here is my finished look of the day with my Tarte Full Bloom eyeshadow palette. And yeah, I had so much fun talking to you. Anyways, I hope you had a good time hanging out with me, and let me know what you think of the look. Let me know what you think of Tarte eyeshadow palettes in general. Let me know if you have this Tarte Full Bloom palette, or if you are considering picking up the 25th anniversary big eyeshadow palette that they have out right now. I would love to know. Let me go ahead and give you a close-up of the eyes. I don't know if that helped you at all. Anyway, yeah, so let me know what you think of the look that I created down below. I look forward to chatting with you there. But that's gonna do it for today's video. If you enjoyed, please make sure to click the like button. It really does help my small channel out so much. And leave me a heart, leave me a heart. Make sure you leave me a heart in the comments section so I can know. And yeah, make sure you subscribe before you go, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.